power, information is security, information is knowledge. On Labor Lens, we believe that working people around the world have real questions of their own. They want to know how the world of work operates, what it means to the employer of labor, how policies affect workers in the workplace. On Labor Lens, I ensure we engage effectively the organized labor, organized private sector, and government to get out of them information workers are in need of. I am Sharon Ijason, asking questions that make you get sense of the workplace.
In a world where news never sleeps, we're taking a giant leap into the future. We at TVC Communications are proud to introduce a new era in news broadcasting. But first, let me introduce my special friend, Olamide AI. Hi, Olamide Human. Is it time to come out yet? Yes, indeed it is. And you can bring your friends along. Meet our new AI anchors, speaking your language and sharing your stories. From English, good day. These are the news headlines, to Pidgin.
Better country people, on a good evening.
Yoruba.
Ekaro, Ekodede Asikoyi, Shedadalabayi.
Igbo.
Ndewo, Auto Innovation. Ahambu Obada Samson Ejiro.
And Hausa.
Mutane na sanar da zuwa, sunana Rakia Abdulkarim kuma kana kallon TVC News.
We are bringing the news closer to you. Faster, smarter, and always reliable. And together, we are shaping the future of news for every Nigerian, everywhere. Innovation, connection, and trust. The future of news is here.
TVC News, first with breaking news. And now first in Nigeria with AI news anchors.
All right, folks, I greet you one and all. Welcome to another program in this series, Journalist Hangout on a Sunday. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Now today on the program, PDP moves to bring back Peter Obi, calls him great asset ahead of 2027, just as Shehu Sani advises him against leaving Labour Party. Kogi State Special Advisor on Security blames rampant kidnapping on clearance operation by military in the Northwest, influx of illegal miners, urges communities to organize first line of defense. And later on, we'll share this with you. In our Journalist Hangout Weekend Special, we focus on Ikogosi Warm Spring in Ekiti State, one of Nigeria's most iconic tourist destinations. I'm hanging out with the one, the only Babajide Kolade Otitoju, BKO, the man I fondly refer to as the team leader. I greet you, sir.
Good evening, good afternoon, citizen, good afternoon, viewers.
BKO, we are joined by the proud Ikorodu boy. Mayor Akinpelu is here. I greet you, Mayor.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. So the team is ready. I hope you are. You know, an empowerment enables people to represent their interest in a responsible and self-determined way and acting on their own authority. The Kogi State government, through its state HISBA, has rehabilitated over 570 commercial sex workers, even as it equips them with vocational skills and startup capital in order that they may begin new lives. That's it. According to the chairman of the Kogi HISBA board, the idea is to reintegrate them through a sustainable means of livelihood. A call girl is someone who hates poverty more than she hates sin.
Yes, I'm really happy with what the Bauchi State Sharia Commission has done. 570
of them.
Commercial sex workers. That's a crowd.
It is, yeah.
To
like
them,
a little village, you know.
Yes, to give them a new shot at life.
Yeah,
is something that we really have to commend them about. In fact, the commissioner for the commission said initially they thought about arranging marriages for them, but that they felt, look, this cannot be the solution. These people went into poverty, into prostitution because they wanted to survive. And therefore, the best thing to do is to introduce them to skills that can enable them, that can empower them, enable them to survive.
Fend for the, by other means,
So they went through the training in tailoring, hairdressing, makeup artistry, and other small-scale income-generating schemes. So it's really significant. I think that rather than simply arresting them and locking them up, as the Isba police will do in other places in northern Nigeria where the Sharia has taken root. This is a much better way to handle the situation. Teach them new skills. And hopefully they will be able to fend for themselves. After all.
Mayor, I couldn't agree less with that.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm impressed that the Isba in Bauchi is doing this, because we've seen Isba in some other places concentrating on destroying beer and some other things within that neighborhood. So this is something that is positive. Like the chairman said, most ladies will not want to be a prostitute if they can help it. Most of them started it. It's the oldest profession. People started it because they believe that they could use their body to earn a living. And if they can have other skills that will make them to
earn
a living, it's better for everybody, the ladies involved, the community, and everybody. So I'm impressed. That's the kind of thing that we want them to do, you know, because we must not only punish people when we believe that they did not perform to the dictates of Islam. Also, it's important for us to see vulnerable members of the society, try to understand why they are doing what they are doing, and see the best way to help them or assist them.
As Abikio just said, you know, in some states, applying Hisba regulations is extreme.
Yes, I agree. That's why I made the example that there are some places where they concentrate more on destroying beers and punishing people for not getting involved during fasting or extreme things. It's not as if I'm saying that they should not
even
apply.
Some of them who post stuff on social media, they go to arrest them, especially in Kano. Arrest people, yes.
Yes, so if we now see people looking at it, it shouldn't be the only, they should not apply Sharia at the extreme cases. It's also important to see how they can touch lives of people, and that's why this is very nice. Because a lady, for example, that was given the skill, tailoring skill, how to do makeup, can earn a living, or hairdressing or something. They can earn a living if they really want to, except they are doing the job for something else. But if it is to survive, they now have skills that can make them earn a living.
It's not to humor you. You remember in the Holy Writ, the Holy Book, the Christ saw a woman that was to be stoned, and he told them, any of you who has not gone this way, cast the first stone.
Yes, I think somebody explained to me that why when Jesus said that, why people did not stone the woman is that most of them are customers. So they cannot afford to stone the woman. You know, so maybe that was why. But you see,
they didn't want to stone a joy giver.
They want to stone a joy giver. Yes.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, our business here is to give context to stories as they happen, as they hit us, you know. So let's go to our next story. You know, popular opinion supports the political participation of women in all their diversity, which is essential for any inclusive and responsive democracy. Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, representing Kogi Central, in the Red Chamber, who had been embattled with the leadership of the 10th Senate since September last year, has vowed to resume her duties on Tuesday, July the 22nd, in line with a court decision, despite an appeal by Senate President. She has already written to the Senate, she confirmed, to formally announce her return. Are we expecting fireworks?
To me, Senator Natasha likes to play to the gallery. And I think a distinguished senator should not do that. Why did I say so? There is a court pronouncement.
Yeah.
There is a court judgment. If I read properly, what the judgment says is that she should apologize.
Yeah, apologize.
In 2 national newspapers and on her social media page, pay $5 million for contempt of court, and that the Senate should recall her. So, but the lawyer wrote to the Senate saying that this is a court judgment and our client wants to attend plenary. And the clerk of the National Assembly wrote back to say that the judgment was not definitive, it was advisory. And because of that, recalling her is at the discretion of the Senate. And I remember that the lawyers wrote back to the clerk, quoting certain sections of the judgment and insisting that she has to be recalled and that the clerk should look at it. That is the law. That is the process.
Yeah.
So that process has not ended. For you to now say that you want to resort to self-help is not right. That is the way I see it. You are a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You cannot do something because you know that there is a pronouncement by the Senate that you should not be seen within the premises of the National Assembly. And then the clerk has said that, oh, this thing is not definitive and it's advisory. So the Senate reserves the right to decide when you will be recalled. I expect somebody like that for the lawyers to go back to court to say that, oh, this judgment that we had was not complied with. And then the court will be able to say, because should or shall or whatever the language that they were used, they should go back to the court so that the court can make a definite point. But by saying that I'm going to resume on Tuesday, it's just to go and create unnecessary chaos there. Because the security will not allow her to go there. She will go with her people, and there will be, we don't need all that. Let's follow the process. You have gone to court. The court has made things. The Senate is saying that there's no definite order. Then you go back to court to go and make sure that the court will give a definite order to say, look, this person should be recalled.
Yeah. Because, you know, in jurisprudence, they say interpretation is key here. So it depends on who is interpreting what. But mine is, in a little over a month from today, we are going to be 65 years old as an independent country. Yet our lawmakers are not leading the way, if you understand what I mean.
No, it's unfair to say the lawmakers are not leading the way.
Well,
Natasha knows what she's doing. There is no order of the court to declare that she should be recalled. There is no order. What the court said, and I have both the copy of the CTC and the full judgment. The full judgment came out last week. I've read both the CTC and the full judgment.
That's the true.
The court said the Senate should consider.
The word used was consider.
Consider recalling. The court affirmed that punishment should not be disproportionate to offense. And that, in her opinion, 6 months was excessive. But the judge also knows that there is separation of powers and that the legislature has power to punish infractions by its members. So the judge didn't want to appear like she's interfering in the running of the legislative arm. Because the law gives them that latitude to punish infractions by their own members. In fact, in Aliu Ndume versus Senate President and others, a case decided by the Federal High Court, the court ruled that the Senate can punish its members as long as it conforms with the laid down
rules,
guidelines.
Yeah, okay.
So in this case, there is no, all of the cases that Natasha brought to the court were resolved against her. All. In the first place, she said that her matter shouldn't have been taken before the, what was it called, the Senate Committee on Ethics, the Ethics,
Ethics Committee.
Petitions and all that, that's Ethics Committee. The court ruled that it was within the administrative powers of the Senate President to refer the matter to that place.
To go there.
She also said she was not allowed to talk and that was an infringement on her rights. The court ruled that by the rules of the Senate, you can only speak from a seat assigned to you.
Yeah.
You know? The court also ruled that the Senate President had the right to reassign her seat. There was not a single matter that Natasha brought before that court that was not resolved against her. But immediately she came out because the judge made what is called obiter, or a passing statement. The language of an order for anybody who went to school is definitive, is clear. I hereby direct that. But where a judge says it is, in my opinion, the Senate should consider, that means she's giving to the Senate the latitude to recall or not recall.
It was not an order.
See, the court, all of those media commentaries and legal punditries suggesting, that she was recalled. Okay, now, and even in her appeal, I've read her appeal. I've read the appeal of the Senate. Some people argue that, okay, if the Senate didn't lose the case, why are they appealing? Senate is cross-appealing. A cross-appeal is usually in response to an earlier appeal. The Senate is, in the first place, Senate said that court did not even have jurisdiction. Senate is trying to make sure that they see whether the appeal court can rule that in the first place, Justice Binta Mretalan Yako shouldn't have even entertained the matter.
Yeah.
Because the rules of the Senate, which the judge also admitted that if they have to intervene in all matters that happen within the plenary, that the court will have no other things to do. So they give to them the right that matters decided in the plenary remains there, should not be contested in court. Is one of the grounds upon which they are appealing. Let me see, look at some of those appeal. Okay. Natasha had appealed before the same court, so the cross appeal is not against the entire judgment. Okay. But they want, the court dismissed the plenary objection of the Senate that it should not have entertained that suit. Okay. So they are going before the appeal to say that in the first place, that case shouldn't have been heard by the court. That's a matter of jurisdiction. So, but the Senate is also saying that the Federal High Court has no jurisdiction to deal with the issue of privileges of a senator. So the Senate is saying, citing the case, then the judge cited the case of Ali Ndume, and where the Federal High Court held that the Senate had the right to punish its members provided that due process was followed. The court ruled that Senator Natasha's invitation to appear before the Senate Ethics Committee was an exercise of procedural fairness. I'm reading from the judgment now, and not a breach of it. The court then said, most significantly, listen to this, there exists no allegation whatsoever to the effect that the defendants contravened a statutory or constitutional provision. You know? So, Natasha, according to them, still talking about why they went to court, because Nigerians are saying, they went to court because that order was there. But they are saying Natasha refused to exhaust all internal mechanism for resolution before going to court, because the rules of the Senate says you must exhaust all avenues for internal resolution before going to court. So before going to court, you must present a complaint with 3 months notice to the clerk. They are saying she didn't do that. She just went straight to court and all that. The Senate President's right to fair hearing was breached as far as they are concerned. The issue of duration of suspension was not before the Senate. You know, Natasha went to court even before the sitting began. She refused to face the panel, went straight to court. So they are saying now that even the court shouldn't have mentioned the duration of the thing because it was not even, the issue was not before her.
It was not contentious.
The issue was not before her. It couldn't have been before her because she was suspended after she filed the thing. So they are saying that the judgment held in, that the judge erred in law by making a recommendation, whereas she has not asked the court to do that. And then they are saying under section 251 of the Constitution, that the finding that the 6-month suspension was excessive, overreaching, was wrong. That the judge shouldn't have even made any recommendation because that matter was not before her.
Yeah.
So, according to them, section 251 of the Constitution was adhered to, in the sense that the matters relating to the running of the legislative houses are deemed to be within their purview. They have independence
to do that,
to do that, and the matter shouldn't necessarily go to court. You know, what I've seen is because we've had this kind of cases in the past that did not get to the highest court in the land. Once the person is recalled, then it ends there. They are trying now to see, this is the reason for this cross appeal, to see whether that matter can get to the Supreme Court for it to be decided conclusively that where the Senate punishes a member, or the House of Reps punishes a member, it is not going to be subject to litigation. That is the point. Yes, that is the point.
Because it shouldn't be.
Yes, there was even a section of the law that I quoted. Maybe I will get it. I will see it as we move on. Justice Nyako submitted that section 36 of section 1 of the Constitution does not envisage judicial review of every utterance or internal deliberation made during legislative plenary. You know, and she said if her court were to wade into every such matter, this honorable court will know no rest. That's quoting directly from her judgment. So I think section 251 of the Constitution also validates that. So Natasha, in her appeal, said the appeal court should nullify this judgment in its entirety. How do you ask the appeal court to nullify a judgment in its entirety and you are still holding on to an advice there and trying to use it to get? She knows that she cannot get into the Senate.
Of course,
it's just deceiving the gullible Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians who don't read.
Can we therefore conclude that she is a long way from home?
No, the thing is, I've always suggested that this matter, they could resolve it amicably.
Okay.
But
without this
but some of the people advising Senator Natasha continue to deceive her. Some are saying, oh, she should only write apology to the Senate. Natasha thinks that, to the court. Natasha thinks that if she apologizes, her political career is finished. Because she knows that all of those people on social media will come for her. But this is about your own political future. When Senate President Akpabio was in this kind of situation with Saraki as Senate President, once he realized that he made a mistake, he quickly apologized to the Senate President, and the matter ended there.
And that's the condition of what the Senate has done. The Senate said that for her case to be reviewed, she should apologize.
Yes, she's not prepared to apologize.
To apologize.
And are you marveled to have these theatrics going on?
That's what I'm saying.
Considering that our dear Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan is a legal attorney. He's an attorney at law.
Sometimes.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Do we not see people who are lawyers who come to studios to twist the law? Do we not see that? Telling us that 3 persons can run the House of Assembly? Have we not seen that here? So it doesn't matter what cause somebody read. No. It doesn't matter. Some of those lawyers, I still remember your Zubaku and I, one lawyer called us names over a matter in Abia State. He claimed that, we are taking money because we said this is how this matter is likely to end. He chose to be on the other side. By the time the judgment was given, we were vindicated. Because as I've always said, judgments are written in clear English language. Yeah. You cannot say because you are a lawyer, you now twist the judgment and expect us to agree. No. If the judge wanted, why didn't the judge say that Senator Natasha consider paying 5 million naira fine? Did she use the word consider? That's the thing. I was arguing with someone. I said, a judge gave an advice that, in my view, your rules need to be amended so that punishment can be commensurate with the offense committed. He then said that, in my view, this is excessive. The Senate should consider. I have it. I think it's paragraph 12 or so. Consider. That's what she said. It's not definitive.
It's asking you. Taking a second long, hard look.
It's advising you. Yes. She knows that they have the power to punish. You understand? That's the point that she's making. Realizing that as an independent arm of government, they have the right to punish. Can the NJC punish a judge now? And the governor will say, no, I disagree. You cannot punish that judge. You can't now. And that's why the dancing governor in Ondo, when he tried to remove the chief judge, all the judges who should have taken over, they were running away. And the NJC told him, no. Don't punch above your weight category.
When you say dancing governor, are you not necessarily talking about Oshun?
Yes, I'm talking about the one that we call dancing governor. No ambiguity about it.
No. When you mentioned Ondo, it confused me.
I said Ondo. Meanwhile, I'm not drunk.
No.
I was referring to Oshun.
Okay.
Yes, he's the one we all know for dancing. It's only one style of dancing. It's not as if it has different styles.
Oh, come on.
Only one style. So the man wanted to send the chief judge packing. NJC said, no, you can't do that.
Okay.
The person who did that and a judge agreed to be used as acting chief judge, that judge was punished for more than 10 years.
Okay,
on suspension. That's in Lekiti. Over the fellowship matter. So judges now, they are sensible, they are wise. If you try to replace one of them with another one that you are suspended because you think as a governor you have power to sack a judge, then nobody will agree to step into that position.
All right. So the debate continues, but so the man on the street...
there is a non-existent order for recall.
And she knows that she's not going to enter that chamber. She knows she's not deceiving her supporters.
So the thing about Tuesday, July 26th,
she will not go there. And if she goes there, she can't enter. She's worsening matters for herself by this unruly behavior. She's worsening matters.
All right, so the man, the everyday Nigerian watches and waits to see what happens next.
Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. There is no order for recall and nobody will bring her in. So as simple as that.
I know that both Senator Natasha and Senate President can meet somewhere in the middle.
That is what we suggested to them.
Yeah. Okay, then, let's broach the next story. You know, to the first Chancellor of Germany, Otto von Bismarck, politics is the art of the possible, the art of the next best. As a matter of fact, he said politics is not an exact science. Now, news reaching us says the main opposition party in the country, that's the PDP, has openly admitted it is making concerted efforts to bring back former Anambra governor and LP's Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate into its fold, describing Peter Obi as a valuable asset who could swing electoral fortunes if he reunited with the platform. Ibrahim Abdullahi insists Obi is a product, but Senator Shehu Sani warns against his leaving Labour Party. Here we are again. These are interesting times.
Yes, I think I can relate with what Senator Shehu Sani said. Obi will not get the ticket at ADC. Atiku will pick the ticket. Nobody will go and spend money to buy a party because that's what they did, and that's why some of the people there are not happy.
Oh yeah,
some of
the original
people, yes,
members
a lot of them are
ADC,
not happy, and there's still a case in court. They found a way to withdraw many of the cases, but there's still a case in court that threatens the future of ADC. You know, whether they like it or not. That's
it's not yet Uhuru.
No. I have the court papers. Now, Obi is being calculative. They say a bird in hand is what 10 in the bush. He's hoping that the courts and the INEC will resolve the crisis in the Labour Party in favor of the Nenadi Usman faction.
Okay.
And if because they see that as a mainstream Labour Party.
For the moment, too.
Mainstream, where majority of the members are. So that's usually what happens at the end of the day when you have these factions. INEC and the courts will identify one faction as the mainstream faction, and then people will go there for the purpose of contesting elections and all that. People will go there or remain there. So Peter Obi knows that it is not cast in stone for him to be presidential candidate in the ADC. And he does not want to be vice presidential candidate to anyone. Okay. In fact, the other day he was boasting that I'm the best. I will contest the election and I'm the best. For his own devotees who see him, who even claim that he won the election, there is no way you can suggest being number 2 to them. They don't want to hear that.
It doesn't have a
No,
place.
they don't want to. People who are saying Peter Obi won the election, you now want him to go back from being the presidential candidate of a party and that got 6 million plus votes.
Play second fiddle.
That got 25% of the total votes in the election. You now want him to go back and play second fiddle to anyone. They are not prepared to even listen to that. So Obi doesn't want to do anything that will contradict what his followers, what his devotees want. So he wants to remain in the Labour Party, but he's telling you that, oh, I'm all for the coalition. Okay. He's hoping that maybe, just maybe, the coalition may settle for a consensus candidate. And that, I mean, the opposition will settle for a consensus candidate and they will say it is Peter Obi. That's what he's waiting for. He has no plan to go back to the PDP. He thinks that if Labour Party delivered all of those votes to him in 2023, whereas in 2019 they scored just 5,071 votes or so. In 2023, having joined the Labour Party, Obi garnered more than 6 million votes and 25% of the total votes. So he thinks that that party, he can still use that party. So he has no plan to join the ADC the way Atiku has done, the way Dele Momodu has done. He wants to remain in Labour Party. So, and I think Shehu Sani too realizes that if Peter Obi goes to PDP, yes, he will not get the ticket.
That's it.
That's why he's advising, I mean, goes to ADC. It is Atiku that will get the ticket. That's why he's advising him, stay in your Labour.
Mayor, of a truth, politics is not an exact science. Keeps you guessing.
I think Peter Obi is between the devil and the deep blue sea. Because all the options that is before him, none is easy. One, like Babajide said, going to ADC, he knows that he cannot get a ticket. The way ADC is structured now, it is tailor-made for Atiku. Yes. And when there is primaries tomorrow, Atiku will get a ticket. Yeah. So, so that is half. When you look at PDP, yes, it makes a lot of sense for PDP to invite him to say, come and be our candidate. Because PDP is a stronger platform. PDP is a stronger platform, and it could make waves there.
Stronger,
but it cannot
platform in the circumstance.
In the political sphere, because they have governors, they still have heavyweights who are within the party. Though a lot of people are leaving the party, but they still have a lot of governors, they still have everywhere there.
Yeah.
So if they invite him and he becomes a candidate of PDP, it will be better for him. But he cannot go to PDP because already we know that there are two tendencies in PDP. The Wike faction and the governor's faction. Either of the two factions will not give him the presidential ticket on a platter of gold. It's not possible. So if he goes into, if he decides to join PDP, politically he's finished.
Yeah.
So it's left with Labour. Labour is factionalized, and I can't see them. Yes, even if they solve their problem, it will still be a weak platform by 2027.
Yeah.
Yes. And then when you look at Obi, what I want people to know is that Obi of 2025 and probably Obi of 2027 is different from Obi of 2023. Okay. There are a lot of factions, there are a lot of reasons, there are a lot of factors that made Obi to be a strong candidate in 2023.
At the time,
One, there was this NSAS movement. And because of the passion of the NSAS movement, a lot of young people wanted somebody to symbolize their anger against the state. So Obi was able to be that candidate that they saw. Two, IPOB in 2023 was very strong. And they were able to muzzle the governors in the Southeast and top politicians in the Southeast to say that if you don't support Obi, they are going to come for you. So if you look at it, that Obi gathered more than 95% of the votes cast in the Southeast.
Yeah.
People voted for him, but they were voting for other politicians when it comes to the Senate and the House of Rep and governorship. You understand? So that's another factor that is not there now. So when you look at the Muslim ticket, because of the Muslim ticket, the Christian community were very passionate they were very angry because of the Muslim ticket. And you see that in the north, Obi won in the Christian dominated areas. So the passion about the Muslim ticket is not as strong as it was in 2023. So there are a lot of factors. So Obi is not as powerful or sellable like it was in 2023. So
well, they don't want to hear that.
They may not want to hear the truth, but that is, they may not hear the truth. They may not want to hear that. So Obi getting something done in ADC on PDP is almost impossible. Nothing is, there could always be exception. So his best bet is still in Labour.
You know, when BKO said earlier on, if you are between the devil and the deep blue sea, a cynic said, if you were between the devil and the deep blue sea, jump into the sea. Whether if you know Sabi swim, somebody go help you.
No.
Maybe the devil say no Sabi swim.
But then in politics, if you make a mistake, you are not easily forgiven.
Yes. But you see, that is why 2027 is going to be very interesting. Because the opposition do not seem to want to get something right. And that is that for you to beat APC and its candidate, everybody must come together.
All hands together.
Everybody must come together. It's not as if you will just sit down and be saying, look, if you say that things are difficult, I concede that things are very difficult. But in 2023, as we move towards the election, things were terrible in this country. There was no fuel, there was no money because of the money. There was no money. People were angry. And the candidate was still able to win. So not now that you have ADC, you have APC, you have PDP, you have Labour, you are still going to do the same thing that you did in 2023.
They will still not come together.
So when you divide your votes, forget it.
Gentlemen, I cannot forget to quote the so-called first Antichrist, Napoleon Bonaparte. He said, in politics, if your enemy is making a mistake, do not interrupt him.
No, do not allow him to continue to do that.
So, no pun is intended. Mr. Peter Gregory Obi knows that he has this crazy choice before him. Would he consider returning home to PDP or
staying where he is,
and at the same time, making sure the Labour Party is a fallback.
Or joining the coalition.
Or joining the, you know, so it's between and betwixt, if you ask me. Reason would prevail. We wish you well. You know, the job of the anti-graft agency, the EFCC, is similar to a saying in Ibibio that until a tree that is felled goes down, the job is not done. The EFCC boss, Barrister Ola Olukoede, has disclosed that no less than 18 sitting governors were under investigations for various financial infractions. According to the anti-corruption czar, while the agency initiates investigations, even while public officials were in office, the agency kickstarts certain actions the moment they leave office. To a fastidious citizenry, the reaction is a look-see one. Mayor.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't really see what the chairman of EFCC is saying. You see, my problem is that agency likes to play to the gallery most times. There was a time in this country.
No less than 21 governors.
Yeah, the National Security Advisor.
Okay.
Publicly, when he was EFCC chairman, said nothing less than 21 governors were under investigation. And that they have everything, that this one is this one is that immediately they leave office, they're going to go for them. Let us ask the question.
What happened?
How many governors have been found guilty based on the investigation so conducted by EFCC? So they just like to grandstand and just talk and just say things in the media. That is not what we are interested in. What we want is that do your investigations, do it thoroughly, and then when it is time, let those people account for their misdeeds. Not that for you to grandstand and tell us we are investigating 18 governors and we have our something. And at the end of the day, nothing will happen.
They will be freed.
And in a manner of speaking, you know, BKO's immediate past governor was in the eye of the storm.
What do you mean by immediate past governor?
Talking about
of the state.
Okay, the White Lion.
Yes.
So what happened? It was all breeze and nothing happened.
No,
they are still in court.
They are in court.
They are still in court.
They are in court.
Okay,
They are still in court.
They are in court. What he was fighting for then, that many Nigerians simply didn't want to listen.
Okay.
As far as he's concerned, he had a restraining order.
You
cannot attempt to arrest a man who has a restraining order. Two different courts. Meanwhile, people like Yari, they also have restraining order. You didn't go to arrest them. So this is the thing. Even Kwankwaso has restraining order. Odili has a long-term perpetual restraining order.
Which has not been vacated.
He just said that, look, you cannot arrest me when I have a restraining order. And that was why I said at that time, I said, look, you people are chasing shadows. Get the court to vacate this order before you go there. But when I said, no, it's not right to go and arrest somebody who has restraining order, they said, oh, it's because he made his father first-class king. But he's somebody that God will use to make good things happen to people. So you remember how you see where they reduce it. And at the end of the day, when they got that, those court orders vacated, by himself, he walked in there because he knew there was nothing to fall back on again. So this is the thing. People in our country, they use emotions to determine what they say, what they do.
Interpretation,
emotions
I said earlier on,
will never allow you to see the truth. Why did they eventually get those orders vacated? Once they vacated those orders, it was the Abelo himself that surrendered himself to them. It's okay. Because at that time, he could not fall back on any court order again.
Because
he knew that.
After in this business of journalism, facts are sacred. Only comment is free.
Yes, this is the point that we make. Some of us are not interested in all of these emotional issues. Let's deal with the facts. Let's deal with the facts. Somebody on Dr. Abbas Adetunji's wall said he was congratulating me for the award that my school gave me. he now said, oh, he's a liar. Mention one lie that I told on TV. He called me a liar. You are the ignorance person. You go about peddling ignorance all over the place. Mention one lie that I told on TV. Even when we are here, if I make a mistake, I correct myself. What is the factual lie that I told? That you do not agree with someone or you do not have the information that he has does not mean that person is a liar.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you should bother yourself about things like that.
Sometimes you go there to correct. It's not as if I answered that one because it's just an insignificant, how do I call it? An insignificant...
it's keeping the record
busybody.
straight.
Yes,
they're keeping
attention seeking. You know, attention seeking nobodies. There are very many on social media.
So how many are you going to respond to?
They are referred to as citizen journalists.
Not what it's not journalism.
But there are rules. Facts are sacred.
Yes, and I'm saying that, okay, what did I say that is a lie? You know? So now, the EFCC chairman, this chairman has done well in recovery.
Oh, yeah.
He's the best in the history of the EFCC in terms of recovery. He's done very well.
We give it to him.
He recently even came back from Germany, where he's trying to get some more money in. More money, you know, for Nigeria. If not for the recoveries that they are making and the money from TED Fund, where are we going to find money for NEL Fund?
Yeah.
Look at somebody, 700 and something houses. And already...
The man has gone to court. He wants to collect the houses.
He's wasting his time. They've already... The roads, fantastic interconnected roads have been constructed there. The quality of which you find only in Abuja.
Recovered by the...
No, I said that those duplexes. They've already constructed roads around them. Fantastic roads that in 40 years they will still be standing. So, but what I'm saying, he's done so well in recovery. He's done so well within a short time. He's also done so well in securing conviction. I'm happy even with the white people that they are convicting now. I never knew that white people were behind even 419 in our country.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Until they started.
There was a building where they arrested people.
Until they started, I didn't know that white people are behind such cyber crime in our country. Now, they are securing their conviction. In the past, they will simply bribe their way. Now, he is identifying bad eggs in the EFCC and flushing them away. Because such bad eggs were even frustrating court cases. Yes, provide information to the enemy and all that. So, but on the matter of these governors, we want him to walk his talk. It's not enough to simply say, okay, this is it. And it's good to start your investigation early. Not at the last minute you see a petition and you go to court. A petition on rickety legs. No. Do your due diligence. Do a fantastic job. And then take such man. Look at the way the Britons do their thing. Once they've taken you before the court, forget it.
You're convicted.
What's his name? Ibori can tell the story.
Oh, of course, yes.
They jailed his wife. They jailed his mistress. They jailed his lawyer.
And might I raise the case of Senator, the Enugu Senator? The former Deputy Senate President.
Ekekweremadu. He's still there. His wife too.
No, his wife has been released.
They jailed him and his wife.
The wife has been released.
Yeah, but what I mean is, the investigation
justice system works well.
Works thorough.
That's the point.
Because they take their time.
Oh, yes.
They may even allow you for years to get away with things because they are still trying to get evidence and all that. That's the way it operates. That's why we are telling him too, that they should be more thorough.
And that's why they've not, I feel observed that up till now they've not charged Idanre to court.
Yes.
Meanwhile, they seized her passport. They brought her to court. I mean, they seized her passport.
Yeah.
But they've not brought her to court. They've not filed charges against her.
Because they don't have
cast iron evidence.
They are still clearing the bush, so to speak. So as he said, the EFCC czar must walk his talk.
Of course.
That's what we acknowledge that he's doing well.
It is enough.
We acknowledge that he's doing well.
It is enough.
But it's not enough to just say that because we had that before.
Yeah.
Somebody told us before that, oh, we have evidence
And at
about
the end of the day,
21
how many of
governors.
them are in jail?
Yes, only 2 were sent to jail. And
yeah.
out of all the 21 that he told us about. So
At the
he's
time,
telling
yeah.
us 18 now. Okay, fine. We applaud you for doing very well. But please.
And now that they are receiving a lot of money, there will be a lot of stealing.
Yes, please let us know that tomorrow we will not see anything.
Yeah.
We want things to be done properly. Do the thorough investigation and then let people account for whatever they have done.
All right, Mr. EFCC Chair, we wish you well and Godspeed. Okay, folks, we'll take a break now. Go on a commercial break. Return. Please don't go away just yet. Thank you.
Fellow Nigerians, I'm Idanre Hills, the Director General of the National Rehabilitating Agency. Our relatively short history since independence, remarkable achievements have unfolded. However, we can only acknowledge these successes if we choose to focus on the positive. Remember, you cannot see the light if you keep your eyes closed. Great things are happening to many Nigerians. Our country is a land of opportunities for those who are positive. At the National Rehabilitating Agency, we are committed to highlighting the many uplifting stories under the renewed hope agenda. We invite you to listen to the testimonies of fellow Nigerians who are experiencing the positive impact of government initiatives and Nigerian environment. Nigeria is thriving for millions in extraordinary ways, but it requires a mindset of optimism and a heartfelt love for our country to truly appreciate this progress. Join us on this journey of growth. Our cup is half full, not half empty. Embrace positivity and be a proud Nigerian. I am a proud Nigerian.
My name is Nuruddin Oyola Akinlesi. I'm an executive director in this company. The name of the company is Mabeli Agro Services Limited. We major in providing agriculture and agriculture-related services. One of which is what they are seeing here, which is rice milling. Primarily, our objective is to participate in boosting food production in Nigeria, and one of such is rice. You will all agree with me that rice is a staple food, exists in virtually all homes. Some certification, just like every other similar organizations, these are agencies that we believe help in standardizing products, be it food or any other product in the market. And in the light of complying, it makes us to be able to up our game, make sure that our products meet all requirements, and by way of that, we make sure we're giving the right product to the society. I see business that are avoiding compliance as business that are not ready, as in the players are not ready. They are not ready for the business, because compliance is like a help to the organization. We would have gone all the way doing research, trying to get these, what are standard in rice production, for instance, what do you need to do to make sure that you meet the requirement, you meet the standard, the specification of what is expected in the market. But these are organizations that have already done this. So they only say, oh, come, please, these are the standards, make sure you comply with this. And by virtue of you complying, we certify you by giving you a certificate. So for me, why do you want to run away from such organizations? These are helpers. They are partners in the progress of players like us. So we should naturally partner with them rather than run away from them. So for us, we believe that these are organizations that help us, and so we should naturally partner with them to be able to grow our business. Because by way of doing, for instance, in our own production now, we can beat our chest and boast that what is coming out here can meet any standard, any organization. Any standard in anywhere, be it within or outside this country. So for us, it's good. And we believe every other similar organization should actually take a toll from this and partner with SON and other similar organizations. This is how Nigeria happened to us.
Accountable Nigeria, a caring Nigeria, I live by the citizens' code.
Powered by National Orientation Agency.
In the heart of Africa's largest economy, a silent transformation is unfolding. At the center of it all is Konga Group, an ecosystem of innovation, commerce, and capability.
Our goal was simple, yet ambitious, to build robust infrastructure that simply connects our customers and our merchants, offering our customers greater variety while creating wealth and new opportunities for our merchants.
Our energy isn't just tech, it's about national execution every day.
Konga Health, where science meets beauty.
We are the engine behind Konga's nationwide delivery power.
We are redefining commerce in Nigeria, connecting millions of buyers and sellers through a secure, trusted, and scalable marketplace.
Konga Corporates serves the needs of corporates, delivered at the right price, at the right time, with peace of mind.
Konga Pay, a fintech built on integrity for seamless transactions for merchants and everyone.
Konga Radio and TV, connecting brands to their target audience and markets.
With Konga, what can't you do? Konga Group, the e-commerce group you trust.
Okay, folks, we are done with commercials. Now let's go back to the issues. You know, one negative blight and hindrance on our development progress, especially in the 21st century, is kidnapping. Whereas a lot of states have criminalized it to the point of making it a capital offense, some others have elected to get to the root of the problem. The Kogi State Special Advisor to Governor Ododo believes that the spike in rampant kidnappings can be traced to military clearance operations, in addition to illegal mining activities. He wants communities to organize first line of defense. So we share sentiments, but let's share the interview by BKO he had with the gentleman in question. Let's quickly go there. Thank you.
This is a special interview with the Kogi State Security Advisor, Commander Duro Jerry Omoda. Commander Omoda retired, had been on the saddle for some time, serving the previous administration, and he has been considered worthy to continue under the leadership of Governor Usman Ahmed Ododo. Commander, sir, we are encountering some security challenges in some parts of Kogi State. We are particularly concerned about Kogi West, the Agba area, and the Uduaghan area especially. What is responsible for these security challenges that we are experiencing in some places that had been stable for quite some time?
Thank you, my brother. You know, before I answer your question, let me just appreciate TVC for field interviews. I sometimes find it difficult when I hear some security analysis on TV. You see, what you are doing is more practical, and it is then you know that you have a concern to get to the root or to get the true position of things. Security is work in progress. Any part of the world. You see, Kogi is centrally located, which you are very well aware. But there are no two states in Nigeria that are the same in policing. What we apply in Kogi, you can't apply it in Benue State. We have the security administration of Kogi under Alaji Abelo. We've analyzed it. We know in each local government what we expect, because we are bordered by the north, the south, and the east. So it's much easier for us to know what will be coming to Ibaji from Anambra. It is easy for us to know the pressure that will come to Omala, Olamavaro, or Ankpa in the axis of Benue. You will notice the influx of bandits in Kogi West recently, and it's very simple. Several clearance operations in the northwest by the military, by security agencies, is pushing the bandits, the marauders, the kidnappers, to the north central. And that is where you see pressure in Niger, in Benue, as well as Kwara State. Kwara State used to be very peaceful.
Yes.
But in the last 2 years, we have some notable bandits that moved to places like Babanla, Babasango, Uduaghan Forest, and even from Patiji. And these are border towns with Kogi State. We are talking of Okoloke, we are talking of Egbe, we are talking of Ogbe, we are talking of other areas within the Kwara axis. So when these bandits move in, they find it easier to kidnap in Kogi and return to Kwara. So we've had series of operations. The two governments, that is the governor of Kogi State, is liaising with the governor of Kwara State. And that's why we have success. You know, those student kidnaps from Kogi State Confluence University of Science and Technology were taken to Babanla, Babasago Forest. In Kwara State. It is from there we enter Kwara State to rescue those students. And they were rescued around Uduaghan in Kwara State. So,
but I learned that that the kidnappers came all the way from Zamfara.
They came all the way from Zamfara. The leader of this is late now. You know, the bandit that led the kidnap is being eliminated. You know, he relocated to Kaduna, but because the pursuit in Kogi was so hot for him, after we forced him to release the students, he relocated to Kaduna State, and within a week he was eliminated. We still go across to other states. If we, through our lawful intercept, through our tracking, you operated in Kogi and you relocate to other Idode, we follow you there. We follow some bandit to Niger, we follow to Kano, we follow to Edo, we follow to Kaduna, and we still get them.
And Ondo State?
Several times in Ondo State. So the pressure there in that axis of Yagba West and Yagba East is coming as a result of the relocation of bandits to Kwara State, especially the down part of Kwara State, border with Kogi. The other aspect is illegal mining going on, particularly in Yagba East and Yagba West. Several of the bandits that relocated to Kogi from the axis of Zamfara, Kaduna, from Beningwari, they relocated to Yagba East and West, making illegal mining, in which we are dealing with. And that is why the Ministry of Mining in Solid Mineral in Kogi is working in conjunction with my office, and we liaise back to the Federal Ministry of Mining to make sure that we have the genuine people that are registered to carry out mining in Kogi. So those licenses, if we identify them, but those that are illegal mining, trooping into areas within Yagba West and Yagba East, we are going after them. So it is not just from one source. We have those bandits in Kwara, we have those carrying out illegal mining, as well as carrying out banditry in those areas.
So if I understand you, bandits are also getting involved in illegal mining?
Yes, they even protect miners, illegal mining. They carry out illegal mining and they provide security for other miners that are operating within the localities of any state.
So they combine kidnapping with mining?
Yes, they do that. They are looking for money, and anywhere they can get the money. Because Kogi is hot for them, very difficult for them to kidnap in some cases. So they have to look for that one. And apart from that, if they don't carry out bandits, kidnapping, they don't carry out mining, illegal mining, they also go to do what is known as rustling. They deal with other Fulani within the bush, and that is why you have increase sometimes. But as they come, as they emerge, you know, one way or the other, we suppress, we go after them, and we are getting them very well.
Let's talk about the threats that comes from the boundary with the Federal Capital Territory, especially Abaji and some parts of Nasarawa State. Is that area stable now? What is it?
I can tell you that in the last 2 years, we have not recorded any major incident between Kogi local government, which is between Banda going to Abuja, up to Abaji, because we are cooperating with the FCT government. As we provide our own local pilot area, yes, the FCT is providing massive policing on that road. The FCT, they are doing very well. We are working hand in hand. So it is easier when you know the topography, you know the geography of the area, and you have the inbuilt of your own local intelligence and working ability, you get them. They don't operate along that road. You discover that you hardly have issues. And even if you have issue, you only call it Lokoja Abuja Road. It's not within the Kogi axis.
They don't comment on Kogi?
No.
How about the threats that used to come
from Nasarawa?
Yes.
The Nasarawa is, when you talk of from local, from towns within the border of Kogi, there's a town called Sadauna, which is border town to Adinjire in Kogi local government. During dry season, yes, they follow Itu Forest in Nasarawa, and they sometimes occupy Utu Forest. Itu Forest is within Nasarawa, but there was joint operation between Nasarawa State military and Kogi, as well as our local security agencies, in which we were able to eliminate majority of the bandits in that area, and that is where you see camp. So from the axis of Nasarawa to Kogi now, I think it's relatively peaceful. Yes. And you know, the other area is where we are having local conflicts in Normala local government, particularly in Bagana local government. In Bagana, we have conflict among two tribesmen. So we have been able to resolve the issue of Bagana. We currently have massive deployment of temporary FOB. We have the army, we have the navy, we have the police, we have the hunters and vigilantes currently in Bagana. So Bagana is in Amala local government of Kogi. So it's difficult for any marauder to come from, because one funny thing about Bagana is that if you look through your left, you are standing in Bagana, and you're looking through your left side, you'll be looking at Nasarawa State. You look through the right, you are looking at Benue State, community within that area. So, and you only cross the water to come. And today, only Bagana you still have trade by barter in Nigeria. It is a massive market that has been operating for years. Now we've been able to restore the sanity in that area, and the market is coming up. About 2 weeks ago, if you see the market, people come from Ijo area of Bayelsa, from Delta, from Anambra, from Nasarawa, from Benue, to now take part in the market, which that was used to be.
Let's talk about the threats along Sokosoko and Uduaghan. Uduaghan. Lately, there have been attacks, kidnapping, and even killing of people. Yeah. I learned that there were individuals who were caught, who were exposed, and they even committed suicide. Throw some light on what's going on when the operations in the Uduaghan area of Bono,
general area. From Niger State, when you cross the water, you enter Abugi. Abugi is in Lokoja local government. That is a border town. So these people have access. And Abugi is sitting right on top of Bonu district of Kababunu. We're talking of Ike, Aitoro, Kiri, talking to Akutukba, Suku, or Fere. So when these people come in, these bandits try to penetrate through that site. They now discover large forests in Bunu, unoccupied, ungoverned areas, in which they now find, themselves around there. There is illegal mining in Ike, Bunu. There is illegal mining in Taki, Bunu. So you have this area in which they came in, and because you cannot police everywhere, they've been able in the last 2 years to settle down. And we have some critical bandits like Kachala Ibrahim, Kachala Bala, Kachala Saibu, Kachala Babangida, Kachala Ibrahim. All of them, they are in this area in which we have to appreciate the National Security Advisor Office. Malam Nuhu Ribadu have done well for Kogi. We don't have some aspects, we have the technical how, but they are giving up for that technical pattern to help us tackle this. They even help us in the deployment of helicopters, drone, and other things to tackle this. So we are not giving them the freedom to exercise. However, where they are in these bush, I told you they do rustling, they do a lot of farming also. They are involved in farming. You see bandits, they have farms in Bunu. It's a large, you see, when you talk of Kababunu, almost 80% of Kababunu is Bunu, landmark. Yes. So, because, and how many towns and villages? 39. So, it's difficult to occupy this area. And how many police stations? How many armies? It's only now the Nigerian army is trying to establish an FOB at Iluke. So, when this bandit comes in, central enough. Iluke is central enough to Ijumu, to Bunu, and to Lokoja local government. So, and that is why we have picked up this. Work is currently going on through our House of Rep, Architect Salman Idris. So, what we are saying is that their occupation in this area is critical. But how do you tackle them? So, what we do as a state is to talk of advocacy, is to tell the community to have first line of defense. So, community are to provide first line defense and liaising with the government, register community vigilantes or hunters, which they are doing. When Major was kidnapped, several other people were kidnapped. Where these most of these bandits are directly behind Uduaghan, Agbadu, going towards Ole. It's a massive area in which Olebunu, in which several clearance operations were conducted through the assistance of National Security Advisor's Office, as well as the state, using the 12th Brigade, NSS Lugard, the Commissioner of Police is wonderful. The Director of DSS will work hand in hand in Kogi, and that is why you are not seeing us running on TV, President Tinubu, come and save Kogi. No, we will not do that. We will tackle it. We already have federal security agencies operating in Kogi. We already have our own local. Today, Kogi have over 3,700 vigilante services. We are one of the first to set up vigilante in Kogi. We have each local government, the current governor employed 50 hunters in each local government. That is about 1,050, 21 local government. We equally have our own local hunters in which we encourage from each local government again, working with that of the state.
And they are armed.
And they are armed. We give them the pump action, and then gun, which is permitted, and we all register it with the police. And any arrest is taken to security agency, particularly the police and the DSS. The army, they are doing wonderfully well in Kogi State. There's no doubt about that. Most community in Bunu or in Yagba or in any part of Kaba now or Ijumu that have this local online defense is helping them, because they too, they are human beings. They don't want to die. And the bad aspect of it, where they even fail, is that in some of these communities, women that sell bread, women that sell sweets and different things are already working with them because they use them to get information. They ask them, oh yeah, you know, take 10,000 naira, take 15,000 naira free. When you see army enter these communities, just call us. They serve us angel. The same thing, youth are being recruited. Recruiting the youth, our youth are getting involved. As of today, from Uduaghan and some other part of Bunu, we have some of our boys that are already helping the security agencies to unfold what they know concerning working with as a logistic supplier to some of these bandits. Like the governor made it clear, any traditional ruler, any youth, any woman, by the time we finish our investigation, is going to be made published. And whatever thing that is needed to be done, the governor, those people conniving with them. So it is better people keep up.
With them,
many traditional rulers sell land for them to farm, to bandit. Many of them are even selling houses, even in almost part of Kogi West, unlike in the east and west.
So you are saying the governor has already warned them?
They have warned, even yesterday he still pronounced some court. Yes. Anybody through the investigation of security agencies, you know, that is identified working with that person will face the music. There's no doubt about that. And I trust the government. He does not speak anywhere. He will always do whatever thing he has said.
Okay. So talking about Kogi, there had been kidnapping of travelers. What is the situation now?
Kogi East is different again from Kogi West. In Kogi East, we have active participants of indigenes, the Navy involved in kidnapping. They have some groups, they have their gangs. They operate, particularly when you pass to be Ofu, Ejule, Oshadam, every of those, that area, we have natives. We have some of our boys, Kogi, that are colliding with themselves to kidnap people. That is where you have once in a while that they take buses, travelers, in which we have been able to do a lot of activity in that area. Not that we don't have herders kidnapped, like in Oganenungu, in the Kina local government, border of Bassa. You see some of the herders moving, or some of the bandits moving from Bassa to Oganenungu to have clash with our people. They also kidnap. That does not mean we don't have the bandits coming particularly from Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, that they are not they are in the east, but not as large as what we have in Kogi West. But what is helping us today in Kogi is because of our large involvement in technical usage of technical technology to get them. We are really doing a lot in that aspect.
You said there are threats that you people have identified in Uduaghan area of Bekenyade. What is the nature of the threats from Uduaghan?
Let me not hide from you. You see, there's no town, there's no village. Any visitor want to come that the people living there will not know, particularly traditional ruler, particularly youth of the area. When they come in, we had a system that people should go to their head, the elders. But in Uduaghan today, we have not less than over 3,000 visitors, unwanted visitors, occupying that place, in which the traditional ruler, I've met with them, I've met all the traditional rulers in Ijumulan and all other places in Kogi West. That of Uduaghan is alarming, and we have to be very careful. they allow anyhow, you know, in the place of having genuine people coming in, the bandits come along with them. And the bandits identify where we have large number of herders in which they try to come to join them because they will easily take them. They have a way of, immediately they see them, say, oh, you are welcome, you are welcome. But the traditional ruler, they've lost it. And there is this issue of they are collecting what is referred to as a cole in our own local parlance in that area, whereby they pay some little amount of money and you give them land, you give them space to build houses. You know, so in that area, you don't profile people and you ask them just to come, and they are coming in, you know, in thousands. Today, over 3,000 are there in Uduaghan, in forest. We are tackling that now. I must commend the chairman of Ijumu local government. We work hand in hand with my office. We are tracking a lot of them, and that is why we see come now in Ogidi area, to Ayere, to Ekeniade, and even the Uduaghan, because their operation, we are just at the border with Akun in Ondo State. So if we don't curtail them, they use our own place to also move to Ondo State. And that is where today, the State Security Advisor in Ondo State, I work hand in hand with him. The State Security Advisor in Ekiti, because Ekiti Asis, we have problem with Ogbe area. Our people, they will attack our people and move to Ekiti. Or they attack in Ekiti and move to Yagba East, particularly Ogbe, Ogbom, and all other places. We are fully in charge. The government is not sleeping. We must always get to the root. Wherever they are, we go after them. We don't want to. If you hear that there's one kidnap in Kogi, then we'll be able to prevent 10. We are doing that, and it's not, you know. But you will not ever see us out here on television.
No, there's no need.
There's no need. What our people are looking for is security of their life. Let them be able to do their job. Let them be able to go to farm. Let them be able to go to school. That is what they are looking for. And the government is helping them, and we are providing the needed security in Kogi.
How much impact has intelligence gathering made in the whole of your efforts?
We have our network of security intelligence. While the security agencies have their own, the 239 wards in Kogi, we have enough people to. There's nothing that happens in Kogi within 10 minutes in any community that I will not know, because our foot soldiers in those wards, they will report, and we immediately tell the next security outfit closer to that place to quickly respond. Intelligence is helping us. So as we have in the wards, we have in the local government headquarters. And from the local government headquarters, you know that we also encourage the chairmen of the local government to have their own separate intelligence gathering. And the reporting mode is very smooth. If anything happens in your local government and you don't report within 30 minutes, it's even very difficult for them. Every local government responds, they brief the governor, they brief my office, and we demonstrate to each of the security agencies. By the time you are telling the army, you are telling the DSS, they are already aware also, because of the way our reporting. The Kogi is a place people should come and learn, you know, how to police. It's not that we cannot have 100% security, you know, in any state. We get all those things, we document them, and we collect our data. We can tell you that in so month, this is what we have.
Thank you so much, Commander.
I truly appreciate it.
Commander,
thank you, sir.
Bless you for
Yes,
the
sir.
work you do for us.
That's a good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome back, folks. What a trip that was. Mayor, I think Commander Jerry Omoda retired. It sounds like a man on top of his job.
Yes, I'm very impressed with him.
Yeah.
You see, when you know what you are doing, it's so obvious to see, because it's not only talking about strategies, it's talking about towns and villages and what
Of course, his background is of immense help here.
Yes, yeah, I agree. But you see, I like when people are on top of what they are doing. You understand? As a security advisor, when he talks, it gives confidence to people that the man that is advising the governor when it comes to security knows what he's doing.
Yes.
You know, he knows the different areas in the state. He knows who is where. He knows where the bandits are. He knows things to be done. You know, when it comes to intelligence gathering, everything you need to do concerning the security architecture, it seems to be on top of it.
And you know, Kogi, very peculiar, is a state close to 10 states.
Yes, in the middle of everywhere.
Yeah.
So like he explained, people can move from different states
from
and then
all
come to Kogi, or they can operate in Kogi and go back to those places. And that is why I seems to like how he was able to know who is where, which the threat from different states and how they are battling it.
Yeah.
How the synergy between them, the chairman of the local government, the National Security Advisor's Office, you know, it's a man, a lot of people should learn from him, because I really enjoyed the interview. Because
interesting too. Now I know that Kogi has deposits of gold there.
No, that's gold. You know, through that belt down.
Yeah.
When you come from Safara down to Oshun, that belt straight down has gold deposits throughout.
Yeah.
It's just that because of oil, we have spent so much time.
Looked away.
Yes, looked away from different things. It's now that we are taking mining seriously, which we should have done, because the kind of gold deposit that we have, we should be competing with South Africa when it comes to mining of gold.
Because one intriguing thing is the Bagana trade by barter thing he mentioned.
Yes, that was.
I'm wondering, Kogi is mixing yesterday with today.
That was a piece of information that I took away from that interview. I didn't know that there is somewhere in Nigeria where trade by barter is being done. And the market has been there for years.
Attracting people from all over
around.
the country.
Up to Bayelsa.
Yes, you know, it's from Bayelsa.
Yeah.
The job speaking people are going there. You see, when the governor retained Commander Omadara, many of us were surprised. But you can see now from this interview.
He earned him.
Yes, from this interview, you see that the governor knew what he was doing. Many people did not know that Governor Ododo was very much involved in the design of the Kogi security architecture.
Okay.
You know, during the time of Governor Yahadele, a man known for his no-nonsense approach to security. But he was very much involved. He was very much involved. So you can see
he's making a meal.
He has been able to take it a step further, and is doing well in securing the state. To be in the middle of Nigeria is not easy. Sharing border with 9 to 10 states and FCT, it's not easy, because all those threats will come from your neighbors at some point. So the Kogi spent a lot of money on security. People don't know this. It's like they are doing it for everyone, because you must pass through Kogi. Those going to Ekiti from Edo, those going to Ondo, they pass through Kogi. Our roads are very busy. You know, so, and these threats are everywhere. But they are doing a good job of keeping our people safe. Nothing can be more reassuring than the way the security advisor spoke. You can see that he has knowledge. The whole, it's like the entire map of Kogi State on his head. The way he was reeling out statistics and talking about, showing knowledge of those communities and where those threats abound and what they are doing.
So when we say governance is not rocket science, this is what
it's not. It's not. It's not. You can do a good job policing your people by designing a plan and implementing it to the letter. And this is what they are doing. And to have 3,700 vigilante servicemen, each local government, the governor has employed 50 vigilantes. It's very significant. It's not by accident that Kogi is far better protected than many of the states in our country.
And I wish Governor Ododo Godspeed, as they say. It tells you and I, it can be done, Mayor. It can be done.
Yes, it can be done. We've said that severally. That's why some states should also learn from what is happening in Kogi. Because, like I said, if you look at it, if you listen to the special advisor, you will know that this is somebody that is on top of this job. And they have a plan in place. And that is what works. So all that should do that is not only for people to complain that they cannot protect their environment.
Yeah.
It can be done. It can be done.
And you know, as we said during the interview, kidnapping has become the new armed robbery, if you understand what I mean.
Because it's more lucrative.
More lucrative. You make more money.
Yes.
Even as
and the risk in most cases less.
Yes.
A lot less. You shoot a lot less bullets. Get the job done, whatever that means. Okay. Kogi State, we are watching. And we'll report, we'll report any good job delivered by you. Governor Dudu, I commode my cap for you. Thank you. Okay then, you know, a place that attracts visitors, we are told, for leisure, recreation, and business purposes is known as a tourist destination. And these veritable hideaways dot the Nigerian landscape. One of them is the famed Ikogosi warm spring in Ekiti State. A journalist hangout weekend special beams its searchlight on the landmark and tourist hotspot. Come with us.
Welcome to Ikogosi Ekiti, the land of warm and cold springs. Ikogosi Ekiti is one of more than 100 communities in the 16 local government areas of Ekiti State, Nigeria. But what set this town apart is not just its scenic beauty. It is the rare gift of nature that lies here, the Ikogosi warm springs. To understand the true essence of this town and its extraordinary springs, I met with the Oshomo of Ikogosi Ekiti, Chief Gabriel Ashaolu, a traditional title holder in the community.
No, it's not a very big water. Some people will dam it, put some stones and block the water so that it forms a sort of a natural pool. Just around that place, 2 or 3 meters down there, another people will dam it and they will be taking their bath. Why? 2 or 3 meters again, another people will dam it and be taking their bath. That water that is rough when they are bathing will not get to the second pool, natural pool, the improvised pool. It will not get to them. Neither will it get to the third one. That shows that that water has some high level of advantage.
On the streets of Ikogosi Ekiti, indigents carry with them stories and memories of the warm spring, a natural marvel that has drawn visitors from all corners of the world. On the outskirts of the town lies the source of the Ikogosi warm springs, and that's where the journey of discovery leads.
Deep within the lush landscape of Ekiti State, southwestern Nigeria, lies a natural wonder that has intrigued scientists, enchanted tourists, and inspired generations. Ikogosi warm spring, a place where warm and cold waters flow side by side. Let's take you into this place where nature whispers stories of harmony.
In a world filled with noise and haste, Ikogosi offers a pause, a sacred meeting point between myth and reality. Noticeably, the air is fresh and cool, with a scent of green on a tree-lined road where nature seems to embrace one at every step. Fluttering butterflies and the healthy perfume of wet leaves made it feel like moving through nature's cathedral. Rows of exotic fruit-bearing trees are an attraction for their eyes. I met with the custodian of Ikogosi Warm Springs history, Chief Ayo Ademilua, who took me through the legacy and mystery surrounding these springs.
As I walk through this walkboard, you can see they are also made of woods, environmental friendly.
The legends of how a father, a son, and 2 wives, each transformed into these springs, symbolizing their unique temperaments, came alive.
There was a particular man.
His name was Ogongon. Ogongon was a hunter. He was the one on a hunting expedition on one afternoon around this hub, around this area. So he probably heard the rush and gush of water, and he was thirsty in the, you can imagine a hunter in a jungle. And when he heard the rush of water, he wanted to have a drink. But when he touched the water, he discovered it was warm. No, the gods must be crazy. How can a flowing stream? All streams are supposed to be cold and refreshing, So when he stepped into it, and he was shocked. He was trying to escape. It happened probably down here. And when he was trying to escape, he stepped into another one that was cold. He said, no, the gods are really crazy. They are angry. The gods are angry with us. So he rushed down to town. And they consulted the Gugu of those days, which is Ifa. And it was Ifa that actually told them the story about how the waters came to be.
Rather than simply hearing about it, I chose to experience this natural wonder firsthand. Chief Ademilua guided me from the base of the slopey terrain to the source of the warm spring, a rocky, secluded spot surrounded by barriers to prevent unwanted interference.
Just walk in, you are safe.
I'm safe?
Yes.
This is warm already?
Yes.
I can confirm that to you, that this is warm.
Keep walking.
It is warm.
Just keep walking.
It is warm. I can confirm that to you. It is cold. It is getting cold here. It is getting cold here. Wow, the coldness is...
I mentioned it, that the spontaneous reaction is always
on
wow,
another level.
The spring's soft gurgle weaves through rocks, leaving behind a rhythm that matches its flow. Ikogosi Warm Spring Resort has become a haven for tourists, drawn not just by the mystery of the warm and cold springs, but by the serenity that wraps the area. Visitors come from far and wide, eager to witness this phenomenon.
Yeah, I was there 10 years ago. I think that was during Governor Fayoshe's era. I think he tried his best too, but it wasn't unlike this standard we have now. I think the present government have upped the game of this place, which is very good for Ekiti.
My right leg is in a cold water and my left leg is in a warm water. I can feel the difference in the temperature when I do this. So it's a beautiful experience to see where two temperatures come together.
Oh God. Nice. This is something else. This I'm hot, this I'm cold. This is one of the very few places that I've seen in Nigeria. It's beautiful and it'll boost the tourism like anything. We want to go from some place to a tourism-based economy. We can do it. This is a perfect start.
Upon arrival and clearance at the reception, tourists are greeted by guides like Aina Adeyeye, who have been sharing the story of Ikogosi's wonders for years.
The springs are not just two. They are 4 in number. For the cold water, there are 2. One is colder than the other. For the warm water, there are also 2. One is warmer than the other. And that is why we always see the water, or we always feel the water in 3 meeting points, or from 3 meeting points. We have the final meeting points of the cold and the warm water. And that is always the first meeting point, where you have direct contact with the warm water and the cold water.
Visitors walk along the path, passing the meeting point where the cold and cold springs merge, and then to where the warm and warm springs converge. The air is filled with laughter and excitement as tourists explore these unique natural wonders.
This is my first time here, and I really enjoy myself.
my money did not go wasted because I did not expect it to be like this, beautiful and standard.
For others, it's a chance to be still, to breathe, to remember that nature still has secrets left to share. Temitope Onokoya is one of such people. She takes in the tranquil ambience of the springs for spiritual awakening.
I didn't know that this is what I was going to see. I'm from Ekiti. This is my first time in Ekiti. I've been telling my dad, hey, Muwamole now, you've never brought us to Ekiti. I want to see. So for me, it was a dual experience of my legs are going to step the ground that I came from, and I'll have the opportunity to experience nature, unburden, connect with God, and find my center.
What is striking here is the diversity of those who visit. Young and old, locals and tourists from beyond Nigeria's borders, all united by the allure of this destination. And just when you think the spring is the climax, Ikogosi whispers again. Aside from the springs, Ikogosi is home to ancient mangrove trees, some more than 300 years old, and a natural cave within one of the trees that offers a unique view of the sky above.
It is called the Peregu Etiodo in local parlance, and it translates to a mangrove tree that is a symbol of life. And according to what we understand, this tree has been planted for many years, standing right here, despite looking as though it would fall any moment from now. So the Peregu tree is about 7 of its kind right here. And when you look around this vicinity, it is a sight to behold. A tree looking dry at the base, but blossoming at the top.
In another rare natural phenomenon, as the warm and cold springs converge, also at their union is an extraordinary sight, perhaps shaped by the mystery of the waters below. A palm tree and another species growing side by side, their roots entwined, sharing one foundation. These natural wonders provide a reminder of how nature creates its own masterpieces and sometimes hidden. Many of the tourists could not but ensure that the memories of their visit here to the Ikogosi Warm Springs is kept for a lifetime, as they turned into photographers capturing every moment of the tour. Tourists like Nigeria's former presidential photographer Bayo Omoboriowo understand the importance of preserving and showcasing Ikogosi to the world.
And everybody spotlights where the water, the hot and the cold water meets, and I think that's the highlights of everybody coming to Kogi State. But the sheer peace of mind that comes to you when you come into this space is not something to be taken for granted. I just came into the country just a few days ago, so I've traveled. Talk about the tourist sites anywhere in the world. I've been to museums, I've been to galleries. I studied arts and cultural management, so I understand what it means for culture, for art, for creativity to meet together. But here is peace. Here is nature at its finest.
Since the discovery of Ikogosi Warm Spring and its popularization by Baptist missionary Reverend John S. McGee around 1952, the Ikogosi Warm Spring site has witnessed several developments and transformations, first serving as a camp and eventually transforming into a destination for tourists. The different administrations at the helms of affairs in Ekiti State have tried to tap into the tourism potential of this location to stimulate economic growth. Many of the efforts, according to former Special Advisor on Tourism to former Governor of the state, Shaguni, Moses Jolayemi, failed to bring the desired result. On his return to the Ikogosi Warm Spring resort after a period of 10 years, he commended the noticeable transformation that now makes the location a tourist haven.
Governor Biodun Abayomi came in and he has made it happen. For me, it's something almost unimaginable, because the last time I visited here was 10 years ago, just to see what was going on. And now today, it's like moving from dream to reality than what's going on. You know, so for me, it's a very pleasant experience coming with my family. And the reason I never came with my family all this while was because I wasn't sure what I was coming to meet here. But now I had enough information that this place is worth, you know, returning to is worth the trouble.
At the core of this transformation is a deliberate attempt by the Oyebanji administration to harness this potential for sustainable development.
This place was in shambles until the tenure of the former governor, Fayemi, you know, as a cosmopolitan person who traveled all over the world, he does enjoy the best of the world. He believed that this place must be touched up. And it was touched up like an Eldorado, touched up like heaven. And after that, another government came and it swallowed up the place. But now, it is now the effort of the present governor, His Excellency, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, who now concessioned this place out. And that's why you are seeing the breathing of this place now.
This deliberate attempt by Ekiti State government birthed the public-private partnership arrangement with Gloshient Hospitality, a subsidiary of Cavistal Holdings. Now, Ikogusi Warm Spring Resort and Conference Center is basking in a new revival, one that is raising the bar of hospitality with international standards. Ikogusi Warm Spring Resort Center is now divided into 3 sections.
So MICE is meeting, incentive, conferences and events. So we are selling this place out as destination for that. So you can come for corporate organizations, there are quarterly retreats, annual retreats, events, wedding destination. This is also a good point for that.
The forest park within the resort is another blend of nature as trees dot the landscape, which has a treehouse bar. The drivers at the heart of maintaining the standards are the staff who are carefully recruited and trained to ensure customer satisfaction. To preserve the park's fresh natural atmosphere, only electric smokeless golf carts are used for daily operations and guest transportation. I hop on a ride with Bolu Atife, a staff member who gave me a taste of their royal-style limo experience. From its mythical springs to its rich cultural stories, Ikogusi Ekiti is truly a sanctuary away from the chaos of everyday life, inviting everyone to pause, reflect, and immerse themselves in nature's embrace.
Come on. Our reporter there is Zaid Aribisala. We thank you very kindly. BKO, there's this saying, God is blessing America. Is America blessing God? You can bring it here. God is blessing Nigeria. Is Nigeria blessing God?
God has blessed Nigeria tremendously. But we have not been able to take even good advantage of the innumerable blessings that it has pleased God to shower on us. In some countries, there was a joke that I had that some countries of the world like Japan were complaining that you've given Nigeria too many mineral resources and all that. And they said, God said, calm down, wait until I give them leaders.
Bam.
So they are saying that God bless us with resources, but not the leaders to help harness those resources. So the day that we realize how blessed we are, and we take big steps to harness the resources at our disposal maximally, including human resources, Nigeria will be up there.
As they say, the street balance mayor, they no go see our red light.
Yes, if you look at Dubai, Dubai is making so much money through tourism. Dubai became a mega city through tourism.
Yes.
If you go to Dubai and you do the tour of the city tour, if it's a tour of Dubai, you will go to their museum and you will see one desert that has nothing. And now they'll be able to develop themselves to a mega city. attracting people from all over the world.
As a matter of fact, when the World Cup went to the Middle East for the first time, it was a marvel.
Yeah, because of the development that happened.
That's it.
But you see, in our country, we have not done enough when it comes to tourism. I know that part of the problem has to do with security, but even at that, we are not doing the needful. For example, I'm impressed with listening and watching what they've done with Kogosi.
Yeah.
I actually look forward to going there one day. I've heard about Kogosi forever.
Yes.
But now they've been able to develop it to a standard where you can feel comfortable going there. There are other areas, there are other sports that have attained this kind of status, but what has happened to them? Obudu Ranch,
Yankari Games Reserve. Neglected.
They've been neglected.
After Donald left office.
The highest point in Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying. Obudu Ranch used to be big like this. You understand? It has been neglected. Yankari Games Reserve used to be like this.
Might I mention the Idanre Hills?
Yes, so we have different areas that can be developed and make attractive for people to go there. Look at different kind of people that went to this, and that's what we should do.
When Obasanjo was president, he took the Federal Executive Council to Obudu, for a retreat.
Yes.
Because they felt that should be our own Camp David, where we can have big meetings with foreign leaders and all that.
Temperate zone.
Yes, it's just like Mambila, which is the coldest part of our country.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same mountain range that goes all the way from Mambila to that place. So you can see they are very similar.
14 kilometers upstairs.
They are very similar in terms of the terrain, but the highest mountain in Nigeria is in the Mambila area.
Yeah.
And it's the coldest part of our country. But what have we done? The moment Donald Duke left office, that place was neglected.
It was good night.
The day we went there, some of us felt like crying because we now saw some of those buildings already literally giving way, some of the wood, you know, in a bad state. We shouldn't leave a national treasure like that. And nothing stops us from building even something similar to that in Mambila. The Mambila area is the only place in Nigeria where you can grow tea. Because tea thrives in temperate regions.
Zones.
So that's the only place where we can grow tea. And we grow tea in Kankara community inside Mambila. You go to Mambila, you know that Nigeria is a beautiful country. But we need to intentionally promote this tourist destination and tell ourselves that we want to make money from tourism. That was the decision that they made in the UAE. Those leaders in the UAE, they used to go to Lebanon to enjoy life. At a point, they told themselves that if we develop our own country, we don't need to go to Lebanon.
As a matter
Today,
of fact,
Dubai is a great country. I mean, Dubai is a great destination. Everybody all over the world, they want to go there.
And I hear that many Nigerians, especially the privileged ones, are dying over themselves to visit Rwanda.
Oh, yes. I've been to Rwanda severally. Just the same thing. Rwanda is a city-state. Just Kigali.
Kigali, very beautiful.
But just well-planned.
I do not agree that it's even more beautiful than Nigeria.
No, I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
And let me drop this one. When you mess up, nature does not forgive you.
True.
If you understand what I mean.
True.
All right, we are done, but not before thanking Babajide Kolade Utitoju for your intervention. Thank you.
Thank you.
No less so, Mayor Akikbelu, the proud Ikorodu boy.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So we are done, and the backroom boys greet you too. That's all on the program for today. Join us tomorrow for the regular episode of the program at 5 p.m. You may watch a repeat broadcast of this particular episode later tonight at 11:30. We are on YouTube as well at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now. Take care.
Now this is tomato mix. Even after adding water, you can still taste the tomato flavor.
With Tasty Tom tomato mix, you can cook any of your customers' favorite meals.
No color changing like traffic lights.
Tasty Tom will surely give you value for money because Tasty Tom tomato mix is thick. A little is enough to get your desired quantity of stew and soup. No unfair deal.
Tasty Tom makes me so happy. The taste is always on point.
And it doesn't color your meat or your chicken.
Because of Tasty Tom tomato mix, the taste of my food never changes. So my customers keep coming.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food, so I buy quality from the onset. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix.
Tasty Tom for tasty meals good for you. Available in convenient sachets.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Honey, what time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
The Inspector General of Police has met with senior officers to review the state of security.
We are continuing our coverage of the arrest of Godwin Emefiele.
The Senate has summoned the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria to properly brief the Senate regarding the state of the economy.
What I will never take.
Let's now bring you more development from Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, where an explosion has taken place. Tell us about this incident.
TVC News, first with breaking news. At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.